سلام دوستان، حسین تیدیو هستم. تو این ویدیو میخوایم بریم سراغ 15 منطقه زیبا تو دنیا. اگر از این ویدیو خوشتون اومد سابسکرایب یادتون نره. بریم سراغ ویدیو. Let's go.
If you're looking to travel the world, you'll have no problem finding beautiful places to visit. And of all the places to go, however, there are some that stand out from the others. Here are the top 15 most stunning and beautiful
جای
places
قشنگی تو دنیا هست، می‌بینید؟
Number 15. Victoria Falls, Zimbabwe.
Victoria Falls.
While the African continent may best be known for its vast deserts and beautiful savannas, Victoria Falls certainly gives both of these terrains a run for their money. Straddled between the borders of Zambia and Zimbabwe, it goes by the local name of Mosi
توی
Oatunya,
آفریقا
which
قرار
translates
داره
to
این
the smoke
نقطه
that thunders,
نقشه.
and it's not hard to see why. After all, it's essentially a 1,700 meter long and 108 meter high sheet of falling water. As a result, it often creates its own rainbow during the day and moonbows at night. It's also one of the 7 wonders of the natural world.
آخرین باری که رنگی کمان دیدم فکر کنم 6 سال پیش بود.
Yet we recommend visiting sooner rather than later, as the increased development and lack of waste facilities have become an increasing threat to the fall's beauty in recent years. Number 14, the Pulpit Rock.
منطقه گردشگریه.
As far as views go, few are as quite as beautiful or as dangerous as the one from Pulpit Rock in Norway. That's because the rock, which is located in the south of the country, is essentially a steep cliff that features an incredible 600-meter drop into the waters below.
خدایا چه جایی تو دنیا
است.
است.
Despite its precarious position, the Norwegian government refuses to install any fencing around it, due largely to the fact that very few deaths or accidents have been recorded on the site. As such, the views from Pulpit Rock are absolutely stunning. However, if you'd like to experience them for yourself, be warned, you'll have to undertake a 7-kilometer-long hike in order to get there. However, many a tourist will tell you that despite the trek, it certainly is worth it.
آدم دلش میخواد 13 بدر بیاد اینجا.
As far as mountains go, few are as quite as imposing as Mount Kilimanjaro. That's because this peak, which stands about 4,900 meters above the African savanna, is the largest freestanding mountain in the world. Now, it's located on the border of Kenya and Tanzania. Despite being classified as a mountain, it has the added distinction of being a dormant volcano, with its last eruption being between 150 and 200,000 years ago. As a result, it's perfectly safe to climb, and definitely worth it too, as its views are
این
some of the
منطقه
most
منو یاد
impressive in
بازی
all of
فورزا
Africa.
هورایزون میندازه
However,
تو
if you
ایکس
decide
باکس.
to do so, be warned that it often takes at least 5 days to climb to the top.
درست یه
with the
فضای
average success
پاییزی این
rate only being
شکلیه.
about 65% due to the difficulty many have in acclimatizing to the high altitudes and traversing the mountain's steep slopes and lush jungles. Yet, if you're fit enough to complete the climb, then the experience is nothing short of exhilarating. Number 12, the Amalfi Coast, Italy. While the cities of Rome, Florence, Venice, and Milan certainly get the most attention from tourists, the
این
Amalfi
همون
Coast has also
ورزشگاه
become a hotbed for tourism in recent years. That's because this stretch of
اسمش یادم
coastline, which is
نیست.
considered to be a
توش
UNESCO World
بروسلی هم
Heritage
بازی که
Site,
فکر کنم
is one
توی
of the most scenic in the
روم
world.
باشه.
Now, the Amalfi Coast essentially consists of a number of picturesque villages scattered across a series of cliffs, with all of them being connected by the infamously narrow Amalfi Coast Road. These villages offer stunning views of the sea, and oftentimes it's said that the best way to experience the views is to simply find a picturesque beach and soak everything in. To top this off, the island of Capri is also nearby, with it perhaps being the most famous for the Blue Grotto, which is a beautiful sea cave found on the northwest tip of the island. Therefore, it goes without saying that the Amalfi Coast is the place to be if you're in Italy. Number 11, Zhangyi Dansha Geopark, China. While northern China may not be the most popular tourist destination out there, it's in fact home to one of the most beautiful geographic areas in the world.
حسین بیاین ویدیو رو ببینید چه جای قشنگی تو دنیا
It's
است.
known for the odd colors, patterns, and sizes of its rocks, with them appearing as they do thanks to the deposits of sandstone and other minerals in the area, being shaped by wind and rain over a period of 24 million years. As a result, the vibrant colors on display have given it the nickname of the Rainbow Mountains, and due to the odd terrain, the whole geopark almost looks like it belongs on another planet. Therefore, most tourists agree that a hike through the 510 square kilometer area is an absolutely unforgettable experience. Number 10, Santorini, Greece.
مکان شماره
All
10
the Greek islands, few are
Santorini.
quite as popular among tourists as Santorini. That's because despite it having a population of just 15,000 people, and being located about 200 kilometers southeast of the Greek mainland,
چه
it's a favorite
خونه‌ای.
destination for cruise ships in recent years due to its immense physical and natural
این
beauty.
خونه ها رو ببین با یزد خودمون مقایسه کنین که خونه ها اینطوری رو کوه اینطوری پله پله هستن. حسین بیایم ویو نقشه ها رو ببین چقدر قشنگه.
The architecture is about as picturesque as it gets, with this being further amplified by the deep
ببین
blue
چه جایی تو
waters
دنیا
of the
هست.
volcano found in the Santorini caldera. This beauty can also be seen across the rest of the island, and it's home to a number of unique beaches where solidified lava from the nearby volcano
خیلی
has
جای
caused the sand
قشنگی
to come
داره
up
این
a
ویدیو.
variety of colors. These different beaches include the
مناطق
red beach,
گردشگریشو
the
داره
black beach,
نشون
and
میده.
the white beach. As such, if you're hoping to take a trip to the Greek islands, Santorini simply cannot be missed. Number 9. Banff National Park, Canada.
Canada
is easily one of the most underrated countries in the world in terms of natural beauty. However, even by Canadian standards, Banff National Parks truly is exceptional. Located about 150 kilometers west of the city of Calgary in Alberta's Rocky Mountains, this national park is the oldest in Canada and encompasses a space of about 6,600 square kilometers. Due to its relative northern location, it's considered to have a subarctic climate. As such, the park is known for its mountainous terrain, dense coniferous forests, expansive glaciers and ice fields, and beautiful alpine landscapes. In particular, Lake Louise is probably the most popular destination, as its turquoise blue water makes it an ideal place to paddle on a canoe or go for a swim. The area is also known to be a great place for
حاضرم
hiking.
همه چیمو
Also
بدم
filled with
یک
numerous trails
روزم
that go
شده تو این
across three
فضاها
different ecoregions.
زندگی کنم تو این مناطق. این منظره خوشگل چقدر قشنگ. اوه دیوونه هم نگاه یخ نمیزنه.
However, it's Banff's mountains that gets the most attention, as their high and snowy slopes are not only world-class in caliber, they're often snowy from November until May. As such, Banff National Park truly is a dream destination for any outdoors. Number 8. Bagan, Myanmar. While Myanmar may not be the first country to come to mind when it comes to top tourist destinations, Bagan is beautiful enough to flip this narrative. Located in the Mandalay region of Myanmar, this UNESCO World Heritage Site was founded all the way back in the 2nd century BC, and ultimately rose to great heights when it became the capital of the pagan kingdom between the 9th and 13th centuries. And while very few people live there anymore, at its height, over 4,000 Buddhist temples, pagodas, and monasteries were constructed in the city, with the remaining more than 2,000 of them still being visited today. Put simply, this is nothing
یه جورایی آدمو یاد بازی آنچارتد میندازه. یه همچین فضایی داشت و میرفتی پیش این قسمتایی که شبیه باستانی هست دنبال یه آیتم میگشتی.
Bagan is considered to be a pilgrimage site for many Buddhists, with visitors coming in droves during the Ananda festival in order to patronize the famous Ananda temple. Therefore, Myanmar hopes that Bagan will be able to jumpstart their nascent tourism industry in the coming years. Number 7. The Maldives. While the Maldives may be pretty forgettable on the international level, its natural beauty is anything but. That's because the Maldives are a tiny nation of 200 inhabited islands located southwest of India in the Indian Ocean, with the entirety of the country having a population of less than 400,000. Yet despite its tiny size, the Maldives are known to be a paradise on earth, as its relative seclusion has left its beautiful beaches and amazing forests nearly untouched by humans. In particular, its beaches and resorts are some of the best in the world, with the island chain also being an extremely popular place for divers due to the quality of its coral reefs. However, if you'd like to visit, time and money aren't exactly on your side. That's because thanks to rising sea levels, the islands are in grave danger of disappearing underwater.
یا خدا چقدر قشنگ.
To make matters worse, the Maldives are also a very pricey place to get to, as the flights and hotels there are notorious for being extremely expensive. As such, we suggest they're going ASAP if you like to enjoy the Maldives before they're gone. Number 6. Cape Town, South Africa. While Cape Town may have a bit of a reputation for being crime-ridden and low on fresh water,
آفریقا آخه ببین چه جای قشنگی داره.
the surrounding natural beauty is absolutely incredible. This is primarily because the coastal city is enclosed by Table Mountain, Devil's Peak, and Lion's Head on each side, giving it a stunning mountainous backdrop. However, that's not to say that the city doesn't have a number of stunning sites within the city limits. Most notably, Cape Town is home to Kirstenbosch National Botanical Garden, which sits on the foot of Table Mountain and has over 7,000 species on display, with the majority of them being indigenous to the region. Deeper into the city itself, there's the Cape Town City Hall, which has a design inspired by the Italian Neo-Renaissance and British colonial architecture style and is a 60-meter-high bell tower modeled after Big Ben. Yet to top this off, Cape Town easily has some of South Africa's best beaches, with the area's Clifton Beach and Camps Bay Beach being considered to be world-class. As a result, we suggest giving this hidden gem a look at some point in your travels. Number 5. Venice, Italy. While Venice may have become overburdened with tourists in recent years, at its core, the city of Venice is still one of the most beautiful cities on earth. Now, believe it or not, Venice was actually built on top of a large marsh, but over the years the inhabitants drained it and created wooden support structures in order to keep the city afloat. Due to them being completely underwater, they did not rot, and as such, the city developed so that it's now filled with canals that traverse the many homes and shops, some of which are over 1,000 years old. These canals are what give the city its shine, and tourists can travel through them with the help of large and sleek canoe-like
اگه
boats,
بخوام
known as
فرض کنم
gondolas.
بین یه خونه تا اون
In
یکی
addition to
خونه
these, there's also
اینجوری
a number of magnificent
رودخونه
historic
باشه
sites.
شما
One of
ممکنه
the most
بارون بیاد و
awe-inspiring is St. Mark's Basilica, which is filled with
سیل
opulent
بشه
designs
کلا
and
خونه ها
astounding
باطل
amounts of
بشه.
gold. There's also the Campanile di San Marco, which is a large tower that gives astounding views across the entirety of the city. Best of all, if you decide to venture to the northeast corner of the city, you can visit the islands of Murano and Burano, which both have attained worldwide fame for the beautiful glass sculptures handmade by skilled artisans. However, despite its great beauty, the city is facing an existential crisis. This is because the cruise ships that bring in tourist dollars are also destroying the city, as the waves they produce when they come in damage the city's foundations. To make matters worse, they also bring in massive amounts of people, with the result being that much of the beauty the city has to offer can, at certain times of the year, be somewhat tarnished. Yet considering the city recently elected to ban large cruise ships from entering the harbor in September of 2019, we hope this issue can be solved in the foreseeable future. Number 4. Iguazu Falls, Argentina. While there may be many amazing waterfalls out there, few come anywhere close to Iguazu Falls. Situated on the border between Brazil and Argentina, it is in fact a system of 275 individual waterfalls that expand across a width of 2.7 kilometers. This makes it not only the largest waterfall system in the world, but also a UNESCO World Heritage Site, with the falls gaining this title all the way back in 1984. 20% of the falls are located in Brazil. Vantage points from the Brazilian side are considered to be the most panoramic and beautiful. However, the trails and vantage points around the Argentinian side are a lot more close up and personal, thus allowing you to get a more intimate experience. Yet regardless of what side you're looking at, chances are that most of the water you will see funnel through the Devil's Throat, which is an 80-meter tall and 150-meter wide waterfall that accounts for about half of the total water flow through the waterfall system. Now, if you decide to go, there are many activities that you can do in order to get as immersive of an experience as possible. Perhaps one of the most thrilling is a jet boat tour, which takes you extremely close to the falls and gets you very wet in the process. If you're an adrenaline junkie, you can also elect to rappel down the cliff face on the Brazilian side, which, while slightly scary, is regardless still a great experience. However, if you're the type that prefers to get less hands-on, you can also go for either a jungle trail tour or a helicopter tour, both of which are very educational and provide excellent views of the falls. As such, it goes without saying that Iguazu Falls has something for everyone. Number 3. Son Doong Cave, Vietnam.
Son Doong Cave,
While caves may
Vietnam.
have a reputation for being dark, dank, and dingy, the Son Doong Cave completely turns this assumption on its head. Located in central Vietnam, it was formed between 2 to 5 million years ago, but first discovered by humans only 30 years ago. As a result, it's not only practically untouched, but actually turns out to be the world's largest natural cave. After all, at a height of about 200 meters, a width of about 150 meters, and a length of about 9 kilometers, this 1.6 million square meter cavern is absolutely massive. And while its size may be hard to picture, to put it into perspective, it could easily fit an entire New York City block inside, including skyscrapers, or have a Boeing 747 jet fly comfortably through without its wing being in any danger. As a result, it shouldn't come as a surprise that Son Doong is full of geological wonders. However, the most notable of these is the wall of 70 to 90 meter stalagmites found within the cave, with this calcite barrier being coined as the Great Wall of Vietnam due to its size. Yet what really lands this cave on this list is not just these features, but the real-life jungles found within the cavern's depths. See, the cave is also so large that it has its very own contained ecosystem.
هزار
Over
پایه
millions
اون.
of years of secluded evolution, it has its own endemic plants,
ای
monkeys,
خدا.
flying foxes, frogs, insects, and hares.
چه فیلم برداری قشنگی کردن از
As a result, this cave is one
حشرات.
of the most biologically unique places in all the world. However, if you'd like a tour, you better be willing to put up some serious cash. That's because excursions into the cave are extremely limited, as just 1,000 visitors are permitted each year. To top this off, the tour company Oxalis Adventures is currently the only tourism-related firm allowed to enter Somdum, giving them a complete monopoly. As a result, they charge about $3,000 just for one ticket. However, due to the cave being so beautiful, many visitors say that it's almost definitely worth it. Number 2, Machu Picchu, Peru. Out of all the old ruins in the Americas,
Peru.
you match Machu Picchu
این
in terms
منطقه
of beauty and
منو یاد
grandeur.
بازی
Perched
لاستافاس
at a height of
میندازه.
2,400 meters in the
Last of
mountains
Us
of
2.
southern Peru, it was originally built as an estate for the Incan emperor Pachahuti in about the year 1450.
اوه
And
بودایی
remained
هم
untouched by
هستن.
those outside the local community until the American historian and explorer Hiram Bingham was shown it by a local guide in 1911. Now, the site itself consists of over 200 buildings, where over 750 people are said to have lived, with the entire area running much like a small town. However, it's the beauty of the mountaintop that truly places this site on this list, with some historians even speculating that it may have acted as a pilgrimage site back in the time of the Inca. Now, if you'd like to visit Machu Picchu, you don't have to
حتی
choose between one of
حیوانش هم
two routes.
قشنگه.
The easiest way to get to the ruins by far is to take the train. There are 3 train companies that run journeys that take about 3.5 hours
قطار
each
هم
way
داریم
and offer
مکان.
beautiful landscapes throughout. However, if you're a little bit more adventurous, then you can opt to take the old Inca roads by completing the famous Inca Trail trek.
از کجا فیلم گرفته؟
Spanning about 42 kilometers and lasting 4 days and 3 nights, this uphill climb is one of the most scenic in the world, as it takes you through lush cloud forests, alpine tundra, and steep mountain passes. As such, a trip to Machu Picchu really is one where the journey is just as good as the destination. Number 1, the Grand Canyon, United States.
گرند
While the
کنیون.
United States may be filled with beautiful sights and unique terrains, few places
این
are quite as
مجسمه.
iconic or as beautiful as the Grand Canyon. Situated about 4 hours east of Las Vegas and 3.5 hours north of Phoenix, it expands across an area that's 466 kilometers long, 29 kilometers wide, and about 2 kilometers deep, and was originally carved out by the Colorado River about 5 to 6 million years ago. Now, besides its grandeur, the canyon is famous thanks to its array of colors, expansive forests, and of course its fast rapids. And as a result, it can be experienced in more ways than one. Perhaps the most common way that tourists see it is from above, via its glass skywalk platform. However, if you're a nature lover, you can get a more intimate experience by either hiking to the canyon floor or whitewater rafting through its belly. To top this off, if you have especially deep pockets, you can even opt to experience the canyon by plane, as there are numerous helicopter rides and skydiving experiences available. Yet regardless of which activities you choose to do, it should come as no surprise that it is a destination that is on many people's bucket.
آقا دمتون گرم، مرسی از اینکه تماشا کردید. پیشا 20 سال خوبی براتون آرزو میکنم. امیدوارم که همیشه سلامت باشید، چون سلامتی بزرگترین نعمته و همیشه لبخند رو لباتون باشه. تا ویدیوی بعدی